Stand up! New York Met fans, let me get the scoreboard ready to go. I've been live for about 4 or 5 days, been enjoying a little time off. Obviously, we're going to get the Giants stuff up and running in about a week or two. I'm going to do the Subway Series game tomorrow as well. Not going to be doing it on July 4th because I have plans on July 4th, but I will be doing it the first 2 games of the Subway Series, provided we don't get rained out. Of course, there's potentially rain in the forecast tonight. There's potentially rain in the forecast tomorrow. So hopefully we get both games in. Should be a lot of fun. Always love calling the Subway Series games. Going to try to do, like I've said, 2-3 Met games a week whenever I can. And I wanted to make it a point to be able to do a couple of these games against the New York Yankees. Both teams coming in struggling. I think the Mets are, 5 or 6 games over 500. The Yankees are about 2 games over 500. Both teams coming in struggling. The Mets, the Bats, man, just when you thought the Bats were starting to wake up, they've gone dormant now for about, 10, 12, 15 games. They haven't been able to get the Bats going. Of course, we had that embarrassing loss 20-2 against the Atlanta Braves a couple of games ago, and then we lost our last time out in a game that I thought was going to go to extra innings, where Guillermo kind of couldn't make that play that ricocheted off the pitcher. But the Bats haven't been able to get going. I know the Yankees have been incredibly disappointed with their team this year, but it's always fun, the Subway Series. So thank you to everybody for being here. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your July 4th weekend. And let's say hello to everybody. What's going on there, KP? What's going on there, Vincent Talk Sports? What's going on there, Ray West? Stephen A. Smith in the chat. Mike Moran in the chat. Political Talking in the chat. The Drippy One in the chat. Tremont Productions in the chat. No, I think this game's at Yankees. I think it's at Yankee Stadium, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the first 3 are at Yankee Stadium, and then later in the year it's at Citi Field. What's going on there, Benjamin? Thanks for popping in the stream. Sabrina in the chat. Jameson in the chat. Ray, so what's up, Ray, man? How you doing, buddy? Jameson Taylor in the chat, man. Alvaro. Sup, Stripes, Chris? Good to see you, buddy. Mets, we better win. We better win. Mets better start winning again, man. They're starting to catch up to us in first place in the East. What's up there, Diego? What's going on there, Benjamin? Leonard Williams follows me, and that's awesome, man. Maybe I get him on the channel this year. Meet, what's up, buddy, man? Glad to see you, man. Mike in the chat, man. He says, I figured I'm going to get a lot of Yankee fans in this stream, which is cool. A lot of Giants fans are obviously Yankee fans. I'm an oddity. I am an untraditional Met and Yankee fan. I like to put myself through torture. As I always say, so we get the questions out of the way. People ask me how I became a Met fan. I was born into it, okay? This is a picture of the last time the New York Mets won the World Series, and this is a picture of the New York Mets now. It's been that long, guys. What's up there, John, man? Thanks for popping in the stream. What's going on there, Lucas? All the Yankees fans are going to start rolling now. What's up there, Ray? Political Talking says, hey, Chris, I was talking to Leo. If you want, I could ask. That'd be awesome, man, if you could do that, man. That'd be incredible, man. What's going on there? What's going on there, Sim, man? Thanks for popping in. Big Blue in the Bronx. What's going on, buddy, man? Thanks for popping in. General in the chat. What's going on, man? Let's see. Hey, Chris, been a long time, man. Glad to see you, Omar. Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot more Giants live streams as it gets closer and closer. I'm going to start doing the Giants lives probably mid-July. I'll do that once a week. And then as the preseason gets going, I'll be doing 2 Giant live streams a week, plus some videos. Just kind of waiting till there's, relevant stuff to talk about, because I got to a point where it's what am I going to talk about? It's just going to be clickbait stuff. It's going to be, is Daniel Jones going to be the guy? PFF rankings. It's enough's enough. We have plenty of time to talk about that as the season gets closer. So I decided just to take a little break with the Giants, and then mid-July, late July, we start to pump the content out fast and furious. Met should be called the Pets. Oh, God, Stephen A. Man, what's going on, man? Glad to see Pete in the chat as well. Political Talking, probably, like I said, July 15th to 20th. That's when I'll start to do the daily Giants content again. It's kind of like a 2-month dead period. That's all. Nice picture when you were a baby. That's right. Yo, Tana, what's going on, TG Fishing? What about the Knicks content? Knicks content, I'm going to start after the NBA Finals. I'm going to be doing a weekly podcast, actually. Right after the Finals, I'm going to be doing a weekly podcast once a week. So I'm going to have that up as well. We're going to start talking draft, talking free agency, and everything else. But I'm kind of waiting until after the NBA Finals. Mets fans, stand up. What's going on there, Donald? Yankees run nothing these days. Yankees are struggling right now. There's no doubt about it, General. No doubt about it, man. Bruce, glad to see you, buddy, man. Thanks for popping in. I'm looking forward to calling this game, though, man. I know a lot of my subscribers don't love baseball. I know, a lot of my audience are younger kids, and baseball's not the biggest sport with the younger generation. I love baseball. I friggin' love the Mets, and I get up for these Subway Series games regardless of, how the teams are performing. Both teams still over 500. Still a very important series for both these teams. Yankees, I think, are in 4th in the East, but, they go on a run. They get back in that wild card chase, and the Mets obviously trying to hold on to first place. Bruce, man, what's going on, buddy, man? What's going on there, Nate Hawk? Booze in the chat, man. Glad to see you, man. Let's go, Yankees. What's going on there, Kelly Hawk? Just joined podcast. Like I said earlier, I don't know if you just came in. The Giants stuff, I'm going to start mid-July. I'm going to be doing a lot more Giants content, doing live streams midday, twice a week during in season, maybe even more if you guys like it. I know those midday streams are really popular. I love talking Giants football. I'm kind of just waiting until there's something to talk about. And I'm going to be doing broad NFL talk as well in those live streams. So maybe we'll even do it 3 days a week in season. We'll see how it progresses, how you guys like it. And I'm really looking forward to getting back fast and furious with the New York Giants content, just kind of waiting, like I said, till we really have stuff to talk about. I'm hoping that they open up to the public for a training camp because I want to go. I've heard rumors both ways that they may or may not. We'll see. What's up there, Bruce? Chris, how did you like the Halloween trailer? I haven't seen it yet, John, actually. I have not seen the Halloween trailer yet. I did see Quiet Place 2. I just saw that last night, actually, with my brother, and it was pretty good. Not nearly as good as the first one, but it was pretty good. Yes, I do still have a sponsor. Just with the Mets games, I don't show it. But I still have a sponsor, and we're going to be promoting that a lot as football season gets up and going. Any news about the Knicks? I mean, nothing crazy. We've heard some rumors here and there, but nothing crazy with the Knicks. As far as the draft, I heard some rumors that they're considering potentially trading up with their draft picks, but you hear Knicks rumors every other day. I haven't heard anything like, huge with the Knicks yet. I'm sure we're going to start to pick up with the rumors and stuff like that after the finals, though. Great to see you, Silas, man. What's going on, buddy? Hard Knocks hopefully will expose Dallas. Oh, so I didn't even know that. Dallas, I figured they were going to get it. I knew they were one of the 5 finalists. So Dallas got Hard Knocks. It makes sense. America's team. They've been on Hard Knocks before, actually. I think twice, if I'm not mistaken. So that makes sense. John, man, thank you very much, man. Chris, you should be happy. My Phillies have been stinking it up. Yeah, I'll tell you who hasn't been, though, is the Nationals. They still blowing leads. I can't stand it. The Nationals, Marlins, dangerous to the Mets, and Phillies second half. Who has the most pressure? I mean, I think right now, and by the way, there's tarp on the field, so hopefully this game starts on time. I think right now, the Mets have the most pressure. They're in first place right now, but the Nationals are hot. I think they had won 16 of 19. They got right back in the race. It's still anybody's race. And if the Mets don't start hitting, they're not going to run away with this division. Yeah, the pitching's been great, but how long could you ask this pitching to keep up and do what they've been doing? And going into the year as a Mets fan, I thought the hitting was our strength. I was a big fan of our lineup, and it really hasn't. Nobody in our lineup has exceeded expectations. Nobody. And until such time our lineup starts to heat up, I don't think we're going to run away with this division. And Rayman, glad to see you, buddy. Says rain delay. I figured there was a chance there could be a rain delay. Hopefully it's not too long. It's not raining by me, so I figured hopefully they play. We'll see. We'll see how long the rain delay may be, but hopefully they get the game in tonight. And Raphael, man, did you hear the Giants may get AP? I briefly heard about Adrian Peterson. I doubt that happens. I did briefly hear about that. KJ Wright as well. He's a very hot name around the league right now as well. We'll see. I mean, I haven't heard anything recently. I heard, a couple of weeks ago, not the Giants specifically. I think with Peterson, I heard the Giants specifically as a possibility. Not so much with KJ Wright, but yeah, I have heard that they're available. Yuri, man, thank you very much, man. People who are in Hard Knock tend to get a bad record, except for the Rams. Listen, man, I'm glad. Listen, as a Giants fan, here's what I'll say. As a content creator, the Giants being a Hard Knocks would be great. And as a fan, I all know that, we would all love that. We would love to get the behind-the-scenes coverage, getting to see the team in training camp. It would add a lot more to the offseason, and I get that. But as a fan of the team, I don't want them on Hard Knocks. I think it's bad. It's a distraction. I don't see anything good that could come from it. From a fan's perspective, it's great. But for the goodness of the team, it doesn't seem like a Giants-type thing. I never thought the Giants were going to be in on that, and it doesn't seem like something that Joe Judge would want to be a part of. Josh, man, thank you very much, man. Apparently there was rumors that the Mets might be interested in Donaldson. I did briefly hear about that, which is good because we need a bat. How would you feel about that? I don't really like it. Also, we're in a delay. Yeah, that's what somebody just said. Hopefully we get the game in. I'll hang out till at least 8:30, and we'll see if they start the game. But yeah, I heard about the rumors. To be honest with you, I haven't kept up with Josh Donaldson. Here's what I'll say, Josh. We need a bat. I don't care where it comes from. I don't care how we get it. I mean, obviously, I don't want to give up a king's ransom to get somebody. I want it to be a fair deal, but we need a bat. The Mets need a bat in the worst way. They might need 2 bats the way this lineup is hitting right now. But we'll see who we ultimately. I think we're going to go after a bat. I think it'll be at the trade deadline. We may even add a pitcher as well, but I do think the Mets will be active. John, man, he says, I hope the Mets embarrass my Yankees. We need to clean house. Cashman, Boone, and Thames All need to go. Trade it for another struggling righty bat. 178. Yeah, I know Yankees fans right now are frustrated. To be honest with you, I don't keep up with the Yankees, obviously, because I'm a Met fan, but they were actually talking about the Yankees during the Mets game last night and how fed up they are with the organization and the way they've handled things this year. And yeah, obviously going into the year, the Yankees, I mean, a lot of people said you were the best team in the American League. Many people thought the White Sox would compete with you guys, obviously the Rays as well, but you got to be, very pissed off if you're a Yankee fan right now with the expectations that you had going in. The Red Sox are 20 games over 500. Nobody saw that coming with them either. We'll see how you guys play in the second half, but obviously you got a lot of ground you got to make up. Because if you look in the American League right now, like I'll be the first to say as a Mets fan, we're fortunate that we play in the National League East. The National League East has not played well this year. And the National League in general, like the American League just seems to have better records overall. It's going to be hard for the Yankees to get back in the race, but we'll see. And by the way, I thought going into the year, I thought the National League East was going to be one of the best divisions of baseball. I really did. I thought top to bottom, I thought it was going to be one of the top 2 or 3 divisions of baseball. It's disappointed. Not one team in our division has exceeded expectations, in my opinion. I thought the Phillies would be at least a 500 team. I thought that the Braves obviously would be right in the thick of it. I thought the Mets and Braves would both have much better records right now. It's been a very disappointing division. I thought it was going to be a much better division this year. And Yuri, man, thank you very much, buddy. He says, I don't know how my Yankees lost to the Phillies. You guys, listen, man, you guys are struggling right now. So are the Mets, though. So you might be catching us at the right time. Did you hear that the Mets might be interested in? I did not hear that, Timothy. Taco, what's up, man? Hey, Chris, where the hell were you? Thoughts on the Dame stuff? I briefly heard about the Damian Lillard stuff. I know that he said he may be open to potentially forcing a trade out of Portland. I'm going to be doing Knicks lives in probably the week after the NBA Finals. That's when I'm going to start doing that. But I have heard about that. I'm kind of waiting on the rumors talk until it really starts to, heat up and get closer. Obviously, we're going to have the draft. Then you're going to have free agency. But we may make a trade before the draft. But I did hear that Damian Lillard may want to force his way out of Portland. Whether or not he'd be wanting to come to the Knicks, who knows? But as far as the and do you think we should? No, I don't want to give up RJ under any circumstances. I don't want to give up RJ Barrett. I know there's a lot of Knicks fans that aren't in love with RJ Barrett. The guy's 20 years old, 21 years old next year. He improved this year. I think he's only going to get better. He's never going to be as good as Damian Lillard. Let's not act like that. But Damian Lillard's 30, 31, 32. RJ Barrett, you still have under team control. He's 21 years old. He's a baby. I'm not trading him. We're keeping RJ Barrett. Damon Kawhi to the Knicks. I don't see that happening. I mean, anything could happen. I thought that it was possible Kawhi Leonard could leave the Clippers before the playoffs. But the thing is, the guy's from LA. He loves playing in LA. And the Clippers have fought their asses off. And they're 2 wins away from going to the NBA Finals, aren't they? So if I'm Kawhi Leonard, I don't know. I think ultimately he's going to end up staying there. But, what do I know? But that would be my guess. I think Leonard ultimately ends up staying with the Clippers. Have you heard about the news about Kenny Galladay's lawsuit? No, I have not. Hey, Sam. What's up there, D. Coop? Yeah. Okay, rain delay. I got it. All right. Yeah. There's a rain delay right now, Waterfly. Don't worry about it, man. These baseball streams don't get nearly as big as the football streams. You don't ever feel the need that you have to be here. I appreciate everything you do as a mod when you are here, but these baseball streams, they're cool. I love them. I get an opportunity really to talk to everybody, but it's not like I'm going to get 1,000 people in here. Chris, my Angels are on the come up. Get Mike Trout a ring, please. Listen, I think it's important for baseball. And I've said this for a few years now. I think it's important for the sport of baseball for the Angels to be good because we need to attract fans to the game, and the way to do that is star power. Mike Trout's the greatest player in the game. It's not even close. You also have Ohtani, who I think is a fun player that could attract some fans as well. I think the Angels need to become a good team to be able to attract a younger audience to baseball. So I think it's good for the sport if the Angels do well. They just haven't done well since he's been on the team. Bavith got to meet. I said that in my last Mets stream. I don't think you were here, Bavith. I got to meet him at the game. Bavith's pretty big. Bavith always told me he worked out. He's a pretty big guy. It was a pleasure getting to meet you. I was at the Jacob deGrom start, and Bavith was there. And I'm going to the next Jacob deGrom start, by the way, on Tuesday. I'm going to be going to the Met game as well, so I'm looking forward to that. Bavith says, it was great meeting you, Chris, at the game, but remember, I never saw you stand up, so I believe you're a midget. I stood up. I think I stood up. I think I stood up to give you a pound or whatever we did. Was it a handshake, a pound? I don't even remember. I stood up, and I'm not a midget. Say you now you know you cannot call me a midget anymore. I am not a midget. John, man, what's going on, buddy? With the NFC East being bad last year, do you think the toxicity breached the NL East, but taking off the Giants hat, so hopefully we could beat the Padres? With the NFC East being bad last year, do you think that toxicity breached the NL East? No, obviously, no. Complete coincidence. But, by the way, the Mets are much better than anybody in the NFC East last year. At least the Mets have a winning record. And I think the Nationals do too now. Or if not, they're right there. Last year, 7 wins won the division. So we're not nearly as bad as the National League East. What's going on there, MNY, man? Chris, glad to see you're back. Go New York, diehard Yankees fan. Well, I'm glad to see you, buddy. I'm a diehard Mets fan, but I know that we both agree with the same. I did say stand up at the beginning. Stand up! And I'm going to be getting, by the way, I know there's a lot of, obviously I do predominantly Giant stuff, and I know you guys aren't used to me, and I said in my community notes, but I know you guys aren't used to me taking, we're only 2 games up, by the way, in the National League East, to show in the standings now. I know you guys aren't used to me taking a break, but I said to myself, this is the time to do it. I think I've gotten to a point where I don't want to feel like I'm forcing content down your throats, and I'm like, there's really nothing important to talk about right now with the Giants. So I took a little break, but rest assured, we're going to be talking a lot of Giants starting mid to late July all the way through May like we always do. What's up there, Stephen A. Smithburner? Bavit says, the odds of me going to my first game, and you were, wow, that was your first game, Bavit? That was a good, well, DeGrom got hurt after 3 innings, but that was a good game to go to get to see Jake at your first game. You had good seats, too. Clara, good to see you. Says, hello, Chris. Wow, it's been a while. Look well rested. What's going on, Clara? Glad to see you. When you said you didn't stand up at the game. Oh, I did. I think I stood up. I think I stood up for Bavit. I definitely did. Yeah, Meat, there's a bit of a rain delay. Game was supposed to start, I think, at 7:05 or 7:10. But yeah, there's a bit of a rain delay right now. I don't know what the estimated time that they're going to start is. When I hear, I guess I'll let you guys know. I'm sure somebody in the chat's going to let me know when they hear. Sure, somebody will post it on Twitter. It's not raining by me, so I figure I'm 15, 20 minutes from the stadium, maybe a half. Well, it's in the Bronx, so a little bit further. 40 minutes from the stadium, and I figured they're going to play, but maybe there's a bit of a rain delay. I checked the weather forecast earlier in the day. It looked like it was going to rain for sure throughout the day, and then it kind of looked like it was going to ease up. I saw a 17-18% chance of rain from like 7 to 9 o'clock, so we'll see if they get the game in. Obviously, tomorrow rain's in the forecast as well, so during the day when it's supposed to be played at 1 o'clock. So I would think if they can, they're going to try to get this game in tonight. What's going on there, Wee, man? How about them Braves? How about the Nationals, man? The Nationals are playing their asses off right now. I hope the Mets win so the Yankees lose and make them even more out of the AL. Oh, you're a Red Sox fan, Seth? My Braves coming for first place. Your Braves are good, man. I'll be the first to say it. You got some talent on that team, man. You really do. You got some talent. Your lineup is stacked. You got a really good lineup, the Braves. First game, the first time having a Shake Shack, by the way. Overrated burger, and I paid $8 for that shit. Where's Age when you need her? You know what, Praveen? I've been going. I've had a Shake Shack burger before, but not at Citi Field. I had it in the city. I've been going to. I've gone to at least 20, 25 Met games at Citi Field since it's been built. I've never had a burger at Shake Shack. I've had the shake. I've never had a burger at Shake Shack. The line is usually ridiculous. It's not nearly as bad as it used to be, though. Braves ain't catching nobody. We'll see, man. And I'm glad to see Big Blue in the Bronx, man. What's going on, buddy? What's up, Dana? Been a while, man. How's it? It's going well, Zany, man. Glad to see you, buddy. Just kind of, taking a little break. When this is kind of like my summer break. Just taking a little break before we start to really dive home with the offseason Knicks stuff after the finals, and obviously a lot of Giant stuff. Aiden, man. No, I did not die, Aiden. Glad to see you, Aiden, man. What's going on, buddy? Hope you're having a good summer. And I by the way, I know I still got to mail you your card. I've just been enjoying my summer, enjoying my time off. But glad to see you, man. I'm looking forward to getting a lot more football content up in about 2-3 weeks. We'll hammer home the football content. But glad to see you, Aiden, man. How you doing, my man? Hopefully you're enjoying your summer, buddy. Chris, you think the Knicks trade for a star this offseason? Taco, if the right deal presents itself, I do. I just don't know if the right deal will present itself. But I do think the Knicks are going to be aggressive. Yes. I think the Knicks are going to be aggressive this offseason. Prod man, what's going on? Have you ever been to Yankee? I have. I've been to both. I've been to the old Yankee Stadium, the new Yankee Stadium. The last time I don't remember the last time I went. It was definitely a Met game because I don't really go to Yankee Stadium unless they're playing the Mets. But I don't remember how long ago it was. But it was the new Yankee Stadium. I've been there. Actually, no, that's not true. The last time, now that I thought about it, I went to a Yankee game was with my ex-girlfriend and her family. It was like this time of year, and it was like 105 degrees out, and I was sitting in the bleachers against the Orioles. I like the new Yankee Stadium, but I'm not trying to sound biased. I think Citi Field's better. I really do. When I go to Yankee Stadium, to me, I feel like it's like, I don't know, it's like it's too much. Like I don't feel like it's a baseball stadium. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's too, I don't know. The right word's not coming to me right now, but what I'll tell you is when I go into Citi Field, it feels more like a baseball stadium than Yankee Stadium to me. What's going on there, Stevie Mac, man? What's going on? Chris, not gonna lie, I miss Knicks basketball, especially the taco. I can't wait to be doing it with you, man. Come Christmas time, Knicks will be back at it. I'll be doing every game, or as many games as I can. But I try to do every game. Citi Field is better from a Yankee fan. Yeah, I think it is. I really do. I really do. I think it's a better stadium. I said it's 12 stadiums. I've been to obviously the Mets, the Yankees, the Orioles. Camden Yards is beautiful. I've been to the Phillies. I've been to the Rays. I've been to the new Braves Stadium a couple of years ago, the first year that it opened, which was like 2 or 3 years ago, SunTrust Park. I've been to the Rockies, Coors Field. I've been to San Francisco Giants. I've been to the Anaheim Angels. Who else? Who am I leaving off here? I don't know. Obviously Wrigley Field, Fenway Park. So I've been to, I think, 12 stadiums. But Citi Field, to me, is one of the nicer ones. Good luck to the Met guys. What's going on, Jared, man? Thanks for popping in. Long time no secrets. What's going on, Joseph Bass, man? Thanks for popping in the stream. Yeah, Fenway I love. Fenway, and granted, Fenway is, it's old, right? I mean, that stadium's been around for however many years. But I'm going to tell you what, Sabrina, Fenway Park, and I've been there I've seen at least 6 or 7 games there. I usually try to make it there when the Mets play at Fenway Park. In years past, I'd go for the whole series at least 2 or 3 times. I love Fenway Park. I have yet to sit on top of the bleachers. But Fenway Park, when you go into Fenway Park, that feels like a baseball stadium. The same thing with Wrigley Field. John, man, what's going on, man? It would be funny if you and Bad Dog are co-calling the games you and him are going at, because it's a rare circumstance that you are on opposite sides. Well, we did it last year. I just didn't, like I said, I've been away from YouTube for like the last couple of weeks, just taking a break. And I can't call it on July 4th. If he could call the game tomorrow, I would. But we called the doubleheader last year with the Mets and the Yankees. But I think I checked his community notes today, and I think he said he was streaming like a Q&A late. So I figured he'd stream this if he could. So I figured he wasn't doing it. Game is postponed. Yeah, it says rain delay. So they haven't canceled it. There's a rain delay right now. There's a channel called New York Yankee Recaps run by a guy named Derek Lewandowski. Y'all should collaborate on a video sometime. Yeah. I'll go back in the stream and check it out. But yeah, I would love to do the only thing with baseball on YouTube, it just seems like, at least from my experience, there's not much of an audience for it. I could talk Mets baseball all day, every day. It just seems like there's not much of an audience for it. But I'm always open to talking baseball. I want to start my fan real quick. What's going on, Afghanistan? Glad to see you. It is freaking hot down here. I'm not used to this heat. Let me start the fan real quick. I'll be back in 30 seconds because the fan's right there. All right, I'm back. What's going on, Vince V. Brown, man? Glad to see you, buddy. Let's go, Giants, and I can't wait for the draft. Actually, by the way, Vin, I'm going to Atlantic City with Sim on draft night. He's doing something with his community. So I don't know if I'll be live on my channel or his channel, but I'm going to be live with him and his community on draft night. So Well, I think I'm going to do something on this channel, though. So we'll do something for sure. And I'm going to start the live Knicks show once a week after the NBA Finals. Like I said last time, I'm just here to support. I'm not much of a baseball guy myself. Well, I'm glad to see you here, Luke. Big Blue in the Bronx, man. He says, Entertainer, big Yankees fan are hard to get an audience. I started attempting last year when I added the Yankees to my chat. Yeah, baseball. I mean, listen, YouTube is more of a younger audience, right? And I get it, right? The younger generation, they're not big baseball fans. Especially and I would think the Yankees would have a better chance than the Mets, because the Mets obviously have the Yankees rather have a much better, not better, rather bigger audience than the Mets do. So I would think you'd have a better opportunity starting the Yankees podcast than the Mets. And Aiden, man, thank you very much. Bengals, a Yankees fan. We need a collab. I didn't know he was a Yankees fan. For sure, I would talk Mets Yankees baseball with him. I'm sure he's pissed off this year, like most Yankee fan. I know you're a Phillies fan, Aiden. So we'll see how we do in our division. But yeah, I would definitely talk to him as far as the Mets and the Yankees go. What's up there, Christian F? FaZe says the new breed of players in MLB will change that in a few years. I hope so, FaZe. I hope so, man. I'm 15, love the Mets. That's awesome, man. That's awesome, buddy. Mets and Yankees are postponed due to inclement weather. Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for it to hopefully start. Like I said, I'm going to hang out with you guys till at least 8:15 till we get a word, and hopefully they play a game tonight. I'll be on late if it starts late. I would think they're going to try to get the game in. If anybody has any updates on Twitter that you guys see, let me know. I'm sure they're going to give you timestamps on when they think they're going to start the game, and I'll be doing the game tomorrow if it goes down, because there's supposed to be a rain delay, potentially rain delay tomorrow as well. I checked the forecast. July 4th, I can. I'm gonna be doing something, so I can't call the game July 4th. But I always try to call the Subway Series. At work right now, won't be here long. Well, word, man, I'm glad that you popped in, buddy. I hope you're doing well, my man. Hopefully you're enjoying your summer. Cosmic, what's going on, man? Do you think the Dodgers go back-to-back? I mean, right now, what do you got? What are the Dodgers right now? Third in the West? I know that the Giants are first. Maybe they're second. They might be second. The Padres are third. I mean, you don't know. Baseball, you never know, man. If the Mets make the playoffs, I've said this countless times, they could win with the pitching that they have. So you never know when you get in. But I would tell you this: I think the Dodgers are as good as anybody. So yeah, you definitely stand a chance to go back to back for sure. What's up, Joseph? Man, thanks for popping in, buddy. Tana, remember that Mets fan listening to Gary, Keith, and Ron? So it's hard to expect an audience. Also, that's true, Doug. They are the best. Also, Howie is a great radio guy. So it's hard. Doug. I know I can't compete with those guys, Doug. They're the best. That trio is the best. They work so well together. I think I could confidently say, Doug, I think that, and I'm biased because I watch pretty much every Met game or every Met game that I can. I don't think there's a better broadcast team in any sport than the trio of Gary, Keith, and Ron. I think Ron and Keith play so well off each other. Gary's fantastic. Keith's kind of the comic relief. Ron is excellent at doing what he does. The Mets have a great broadcast team. And what's going on, man? What's going on? If the Mets get to the playoffs, it could be very dangerous. Yeah, 100%. The Mets, Jacob deGrom alone makes the Mets dangerous. And deGrom showed that he was human the last couple of starts. Got lit up in the first inning last night, and then he pitched basically a perfect game after the second inning. But he definitely showed some, rust the last couple of times out. Mike and Clyde are great. I think Gary, Keith, and Ron are even better. I think they're fantastic. How long is the delay for it? I have not heard anything. I don't have the volume on. So if they've said something, I haven't heard it. But I'm guessing probably at least a half hour. What's up, Efrain, man? Thanks for popping in, buddy. Yeah, it's postponed. It's a delay. It's still a rain delay. It's not the game's not canceled. It's a rain delay. Sweep those trades. What's up, Chris? Man, thanks for popping in. Yeah, it's delayed. It's not postponed. Yeah, us Philly fans are the only watching for Wheeler and Harper at this point. I'm so pissed that the Mets gave you guys Wheeler. Well, we didn't trade him, but we didn't sign him, and you guys picked up Wheeler. I am so pissed. If Steve Cohen was the owner a couple of years ago, Zach Wheeler's not a Philadelphia Philly. He's still a New York Met. But by the same token, what you could say as a Met fan, if you're trying to think optimistically, Walker's not a Met, right? And Taijuan Walker this year has been fantastic. He's the pitcher tonight going up against the Yankees. If we would have kept Zach Wheeler, we never signed Walker, or we never trade for Stroman, one or the other. Either Stroman or Taijuan Walker aren't with the Mets if we kept Zach Wheeler, but Zach Wheeler's been fantastic with the Phillies. He's pitching better with you guys than he ever did with the Mets, and he had some good years with the Mets, but not the level that he's pitched for you guys this year. What do the Knicks need to improve? They need a point guard. They need a shooter. They need a presence down low. The Knicks need a lot, man. The Knicks overachieved this year. You can't bank on that team to play to the level that they did with the same talent next year. I think the Knicks got max potential last year out of the talent that was on the team. They need to add a lot of talent to that basketball team, and I think it was evident in the playoffs. I guess what makes you feel a little bit better as a Knicks fan is what the Atlanta Hawks did after the fact, right? I remember when the Knicks lost, everybody was bummed out. They're like, how could you lose to the Hawks? Well, the Hawks are 2 wins away from going to the NBA Finals, and that's with Trae Young banged up. The Hawks have a good team. Nate McMillan did a great job with that team once he took over as the coach. Yeah, they got. Oh, is Nimmo back? Is that official? Is Nimmo back? I knew that he was due to be back. Is he back tonight? The draft is coming up a few weeks. Giants camp and Knicks draft. A lot of content these next few weeks. Need vids on vids on vids. Oh, Joe, you're gonna get vids on vids on vids. Once training camp starts, you're gonna be Giants nonstop. Gonna try to do a daily video nonstop. Just took a little bit of a breather. Once the draft approaches, I'm gonna be doing a weekly live Knicks show with somebody else, JD Sports Talk. So after the NBA Finals, we're going to be doing live shows leading up to that. Any news that comes out, I'll have a video on it, but that's going to be mainly just one weekly live show a week. Obviously, I'll have my reaction to the draft, the picks that we have, and then obviously free agency and stuff like that. My question is, what time is the game starting? I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea when the game is starting. I'm not a fortune teller. They haven't announced it. Entertain, I got the notification. Mets game postponed, doubleheader. Wait, is this accurate? Somebody in the chat, let me know if this is accurate. Because as far as I see, Mike, right now on my TV, it says rain delay. It does not say postponed. It does not say doubleheader tomorrow. In the top right corner, it says rain delay. Rain delay. I just said I got a notification from CBS that the game is delayed. Well, delayed doesn't mean it's canceled. It just means it's delayed. Just means it's delayed. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Tim Jim, a little bit. Yankees Twitter says still rain delay. Yeah, it's a rain delay. Tain about to have a stroke. Listen to these dudes. Yeah, it's not postponed. I mean, it might be, but as of now, it's still a rain delay. But I think they're going to get the game, and it's just a matter of when they're going to start the game. I don't think Mike meant to lie to you guys, and I think he legitimately thought that it was postponed. Sky's going to clear by 8. I hope so, NYC. Start around 8. I hope so, man. I'm looking forward to this game. Tremont Productions says, who listens to Yankees Twitter if there's a Mets Twitter? What's up, my man? Rumors on possibly getting rid of RJ. We're not getting rid of RJ Barrett. We better not get rid of RJ Barrett. Better not get rid of RJ Barrett. I'd be pissed if we got rid of RJ Barrett. If you thought, and Vin, I don't know if you were a member of my channel, a subscriber of my channel when when Kristaps Porzingis got traded by the Knicks. If you thought my Kristaps Porzingis trade reaction video was bad, if they traded RJ Barrett, I'd flip out. Last game, Yankees imploded about 2 a.m. Yankees haven't been playing good. Stand up, bro. Happy to see you. Been waiting to see you streaming the Mets. Let's go, Mets. Yeah, I'm going to be doing the game tomorrow as well, as long as it happens. Obviously, rain in the forecast, July 4th, not going to be able to do it, but I'm going to try to do some Met games here and there. I'm going to the game on Tuesday, but I'm going to call tonight and tomorrow. Knicks will go 82-0 next year. I'll take 45. I'll take 45 in a second-round playoff appearance. Chris, y'all have a new front office. Y'all not trading it. We're not trading RJ. We're not trading. Showing the stats here. Walker, by the way, let's talk about Walker this year. They're showing the stats there. Walker 6-3 with a 2.38 ERA. Jordan Montgomery, I think it was a 4 ERA for the Yankees. How good of a pickup was Walker? Like, I feel like Walker, you can make an argument, was the best signing of the offseason by any team in Major League Baseball. When you factor in what the Mets are paying this guy, what he's pitching to, how good of a signing was Walker? They signed him to a 2-year, $20 million deal. They paid him less. They paid him less than like a number 3 or 4 starter. He's been unbelievable. If I see RJ get traded, I know Knicks fans, oh, Christian, we will lose it, man. Yeah, no, I can't believe nobody offered him a contract. When you factor in his age and his potential, I can't believe no. And I know he had the injury like 2 years ago. And he obviously he didn't pitch a lot last year because of COVID. But the Mets got a steal, man. Chris, this report came out yesterday. The Knicks are interested in packaging rising star RJ Barrett in a deal for star guard Portland's Damian Lillard. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Giants going Florida. What's going on? I hope that does not happen. I hope that does not happen. Because here's what I'll say. For everybody that wants to trade RJ, and by no means am I saying RJ Barrett's better than Bradley Beal. Am I saying that RJ Barrett's better than Damian Lillard? He's not. But does getting Damian Lillard or Bradley Beal, if you trade away RJ Barrett and draft picks, does it get you any closer to a championship? Maybe a little bit, but are you going to win a championship? No. Are we any better than the Portland Trailblazers if we get rid of RJ Barrett and we add Damian Lillard? Are we as good as the Portland Trailblazers if we trade RJ Barrett and add Damian Lillard? And we trade away draft picks? Makes no sense to me. None. Hi, Chris. Sorry about the confusion. Not at all, Harrison, man. Glad to see you here, buddy. If the Mets have a runner in scoring position, I want DeGrom to pinch hit. The way he's been hitting this year, for sure. Mark says, stand up. Tuning in from Australia. If the game's delayed more than a half hour, it'd still be 9 innings. Yes, the game's always 9 innings. I mean, obviously in a doubleheader, it's only 7 innings now, which I think is a stupid rule. But yes, they will play. Unless, obviously, if there's a rain delay within the game, and then as long as it's 5 innings, it's an official game. But if they're going to attempt to play a full game, even if the game starts later. Carrasco, last I heard, and maybe somebody in the chat could update me on this, he was coming along, last I heard. I don't know when his projected return is, but I think it's going to be much sooner than Noah Syndergaard, last I heard. No, Mike, no worries at all, man. I figured it was a misunderstanding. Josh, man, what's going on, buddy? Walker's amazing. I need to go watch him, but last time I wanted to watch Stroman for the first time, he got injured, so I'm skeptical. Yeah, I'm going to Jacob deGrom's next start on Tuesday, and I'm the same as you. I'm skeptical because last time I saw DeGrom, he got hurt 3 innings in. So I'm like, am I bad luck? But Walker's been incredible this year, man. Much better than I ever thought he'd be, for sure. Definitely the best pickup for the Mets made this offseason. Yeah, I've kind of adopted the 7-inning. I feel, you know what it is, Ray? I've been watching baseball for like 27 years now religiously. And I guess I just don't like change. Like, I don't like that the all these new rules, but like the guy that starts at second base, I hate that rule. And I guess when you get used to something, you don't like change. I'm starting to not hate the 7-inning doubleheader as much. I think it quickens the game a little bit. I think obviously there's benefits to it. It doesn't wear down your bullpen as much as it normally would. And baseball's a slow game. When you got to play 2 games in one day, I get it. I'm starting to be okay with it. I still hate the runner starting on second base. I think that's the dumbest rule of all time. Bro, we all miss you, Chris. Hey, man, listen, I'm not going anywhere. Okay? I'll be doing plenty of Giant stuff once there's Giant stuff to talk about. And that's, mid to late July, we start that, and it'll be nonstop after that. Yeah, I think that's a dumb rule, right? The game is delayed due to, yeah, right, Harrison, yeah. It's raining, apparently. Not raining by me, but apparently in the Bronx it's raining. It'll be interesting if you guys get Chris Paul. I don't see Chris Paul leaving Phoenix. I would love to get Chris Paul. Phoenix might win the championship this year. I don't see it. I know he's a free agent next year. I know he wants a multi-year deal. But if you're the Suns, the way that he's played, what he's done for your team this year, how do you not bring him back? And if you're Chris Paul, if they offer you the money, why wouldn't you want to come back? So I very much doubt we're going to get Chris Paul, but I think he'd be a great fit. I'm a Yankees fan. Sorry, listen. I figure 85 to 90% of my subscribers are Yankees fans because, well, maybe 80% because most Giants fans are Yankee fans. So I figure that. You don't got to apologize. Let's see what we got here. When are you making a full-time return to YouTube? Mike, yeah, once I got stuff to talk about with the Giants, that's when I'll be doing a lot more, Giant stuff, which is, late July. You figure. I'll probably have a Giant stream in about a week. Maybe like July 15th. I'll probably have a Giant stream, just getting into it a little bit, even a little bit before training camp. But in terms of regular videos, late July and then all the way through. Thoughts on signing Kelly? I don't want Kelly Oubre. Guy can't shoot. Chris, this thing came out today. Agents fear the Knicks as a possible free agent destination for Chris Paul. Yeah, listen, if Chris Paul is a possibility, I'm all for it. I'd even overpay for him because I don't got to give up anything to get him. And I think he'd help young players like Obi Toppin and RJ Barrett. Chris, when you stopped posting, I was going to... Junior, no, man. I this year, I just want to take a little bit of break during the dead time of the football season. That's all, man. They're just, I don't like I've come to a point where I'm like, I don't want to force content. And Yankee Stadium right now, it looks gray. I'm not going to lie. The sky looks gray. But the fans are in the stands. Rain doesn't look like it's coming down that hard, but the tarp's still on the field. So we'll see, man. I'll keep you guys updated, once I hear anything. But I'm hoping this game starts maybe around 8 o'clock. Are you going to be streaming the NBA draft? I may or may not. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. Who do you think the Mets get at the trade? I have a bat. I definitely think we'll get a bat, preferably a third baseman. But I don't know. I don't even know who's going to be available. Bambino, it's been almost 3 years. Wait, no. 3 years. A little over 3 years, actually. Right? Yeah, a little over 3 years now. I've been on YouTube. Bambino. Do you think that much? No, I don't think we're going to get Chris Bryant because the Cubs are playing well. Yeah, at the beginning of the year, Chris Bryant seemed like he could have been a logical choice because most people didn't think the Cubs were going to be playing well. The Cubs are playing well, so I doubt Chris Bryant's going to be available. But if he is, I think he'd be a great fit for the Mets. Booze, what's going on, man? I can't wait for NFL season. Oh, you and me both, man. I can't wait to start talking Giants football with you. This is the most excited, and maybe it's because the team is good now, Booze, that I'm like, I don't want to force content because I just can't wait for the season. I can't wait for the training camp, the preseason. I know I'm going to have so much to talk about, and it's almost like I don't want to waste it before it's like at least close to football season. But I cannot wait for Giants season this year. It's been the most excited I've been for a football season in a long time, at least 4 or 5 years, definitely since I've been on YouTube. There's a lot of hope this year, and it's been a long time as a Giants fan where we actually had some hope going into a year. By no means am I going to go into the year telling you guys that I think the Giants are going to win the Super Bowl or that we're definitely going to win the division. But there's hope. And I think that provided Daniel Jones takes a step up this year, which there's a lot of factors that go into that. We don't know how the offensive line is going to play. We just don't. Is Barkley going to be healthy, so on and so forth. But if Jones takes a step up this year, I think the Giants are going to be a good team. And that's the first time I could say it in a long time because if you look at this Giants roster right now, where's our weakness? Outside of the offensive line, obviously, and potentially the quarterback. I think we're strong at the skill positions. I think we've got great corners. I think we got great safeties. I think we have a very strong defensive line. I think our linebacking core is pretty stout. And I think we have strong depth. So, to me, if Jones becomes an average quarterback this year, Giants are going to be a good team. And it's exciting because I think Jones is going to be good this year. I really do. I'm not saying he's going to be incredible, but I think he's going to be able to win games this year because I think the Giants finally got him some pieces for him to be able to win football games. But we'll see. I'm looking forward to the season. I still wondering how the Yankees lost to the Angels the other night. How do the Yankees have been losing to a lot of teams so far this year. What's the Giants' ceiling and floor this year? Okay, I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying I'm predicting they're going to do this, but ceiling means you don't have any key injuries. Everybody plays to at least close to like the offensive line is average. Jones is above average. The defense doesn't regress at all. 12 wins. Ceiling. Everything breaks right. 12 wins. I'm not predicting that. I'm not saying they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to do that. But I'll say their ceiling is 12 wins. And I'll say their floor is 6 or 7. That's if they have some key injuries. Jones doesn't progress. The offensive line's abysmal. 6 or 7. Going into the year, I'm expecting 9 or 10 wins. That's what I'm expecting going into the year. What Giants players do you think will have a breakout year? Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones is going to have a breakout year. Daniel Jones. And Andrew Thomas, by the way. I think Andrew Thomas is going to be a very good left tackle this year. Stand up, Chris, you handsome son of a gun. What's going on there, Anthony Mannix? Popping in the stream, my man. Ephraim, man, what's going on, buddy? Here you go, Chris. Coming from a Mets fan, Knicks fan, and Cowboys fan. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. What's going on, Rivera? Now, I got to ask you, how did you become a Cowboys fan? I'm guessing, Ephraim, and this is just a guess. You are around my age. I'm 35. I'm guessing. Because when I was younger, as a kid, everybody was a Cowboys fan. I was not, but most kids were Cowboys fans, even in New York, because they were freaking incredible. And what I will say, if that is the case, Ephraim, I'll give you credit. Okay, a lot of people would get on you for that. I'll say at least you stuck with it because the Cowboys have not been good for 20 years, and you stuck with the team that you chose as a child. That would be my guess. I would guess you're around my age, and that's why you chose the Cowboys as a kid. You're 57. Oh, wow. Okay, so you're not around my age, but you stuck with your team. Do you think the Mets will get Josh Donaldson? If he's available, I think they'll make a push to get him, yes. I think they'll make a push to get him if he's available. I think Xavier McKinney will light receivers up and show us what he did at Alabama. I'm super excited for Xavier McKinney this year. He's one of the guys that I'm looking to take that next big step. Dexter Lawrence being another one this year. I think he could get much better on the defensive side of the ball. But, yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't know what happened there, but I'm back. This old computer, which I'm still waiting on the new computer, every once in a while, it knocks me off. So I'm back. So I apologize about that every once in a while. So I typed it in the chat. What's up there, Donovan, man? You need Wardy, New York Mets streaming the Mets someday. For sure. Yeah, I'll definitely do a Mets game with him for sure. Yeah, I've checked out his channel a couple of times. Chris, do you think the Yankees could somehow get Story? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. He's a free agent at the end of the year, though, isn't he, Trevor Story? Which computer? I got a MacBook Pro, but it's a crappy one. So my new one, the keyboard's still getting fixed. Yo, Chris, matchup we have been waiting for. Yeah, man. Hopefully we get the game. I'm waiting. Hopefully, we've had a rain delay now for a half hour. Hopefully we get to see the game tonight. Entertainer, do your NFC East come by position? Like who in the division has the best quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, O-line, D-line, secondary, head coach? Obviously the Cowboys have the best quarterback, at least going in. Dak is the best quarterback. Head coach, that's tough, man. How do you judge it, right? McCarthy's won a Super Bowl. I'm not the biggest McCarthy fan. I think Rivera's a good coach. Judge, obviously, I love as a Giants fan, but he's only has 1 year under his belt. But I think he's good. I think he's going to be a very good head coach. So I think that's tough to say. And obviously the Eagles coach, we have no idea what he's going to be. But I like Joe Judge for sure. The running backs, if Barkley's healthy, he's the best running back in the division as far as I'm concerned. Question is he healthy? Wide receiver, I think I still got to go with the Cowboys. Overall is the best wide receiving group. Defense, I'd give Washington the slight edge overall as a defense, but the Giants are close. Chris, I love you, but F the Mets. Yanks suck, so whatever. The Angels hit a grand slam in the ninth inning to make it 8-8. Jeez, man. Like I said, man, I don't keep up with the Yankees, but my God. Yankees have been struggling, though. I know Yankees fans have been flipping out. Okay, so they're showing the field again. It looks like the sky's clearing up. So I think we're going to get some baseball tonight, guys. I hope. Hopefully it's not like a slight window. But I think we're going to get some baseball tonight. They just showed the sky right now. It looks like it's clearing up. Doesn't look nearly as gray. So hopefully we get some baseball tonight. I'm looking forward to it. But saving my beer for the game. Coming from a Yankees fan, Cole and Chapman are nothing without Spider to... Oh, Wolf, you're saying they cheated? You're saying they cheated? Yeah, I know that Cole got caught, right? 43 days left until our first preseason game against the Jets and 72 games until the season. I can't wait. John, I can't wait, man. About 15, 20 days, I'm going to start really hammering home with the Giants content, and I can't wait, man. I can't wait for Giants season, dude. It looks gray, but it doesn't look as gray. Last time they showed it, it was like really gray. It looks like it's starting to clear up a bit. Gonna watch the Olympics. I'll probably dabble with the Olympics a little bit. Cody, what's going on, my man? He says, Tana, you had me worried when you disappeared for a few weeks. Thought maybe your date with Paige went wrong. Old jokes. Hope you enjoyed the vacation. I appreciate that, Cody, man. Thank you so much for being such a great supporter of the channel, man. I can't say thank you enough. And I'm looking forward for football season this year. And thank you so much for being such a great supporter. Yeah, no, I just took some time off, man, during the dead time of the football season after the Knicks were done. I took some time off. That's all. Just relaxing before football season really starts to heat up. And Asia, glad to see Asia. I'm going to the Mets game on Tuesday. So I will make sure to meet you at your stand. I'm going to the Met game at Tuesday. I know you asked me that. I'm making it a point to tell you I will be at the Met game on Tuesday to see Jacob deGrom. I'm going to be sitting in the Coca-Cola corner on Tuesday. What's going on, Asia? Thanks for popping in the stream. If the Knicks trade up, better be Donovan Mitchell. I would love Donovan Mitchell. He's exactly what we need. Did you need? Yes, I did. Unfortunately, because I'm using my old computer right now, my new mic doesn't work on it, which is why I had to change computers in the first place, because every time I try to plug in the adapter for this computer, it doesn't charge it, so the computer dies. But yeah, I had to buy an adapter. I wish I had it on me. I don't know where it is right now, but you can buy them at Best Buy. It's like $60, $70. You plug it in, you can plug your microphone in, and your power adapter. I'm so excited for the – yeah, that's right, man. Max says, if he's available tomorrow, I don't know if he is. I would definitely do the game with him tomorrow. July 4th, I can. I'm going to be doing something. Darren, man, what's going on, man? You watch the Euro side? I don't. I need to start, though. I know Italy did well, and I usually, they're like my second team during the World Cup. Obviously, U.S. first. But I don't hate soccer. I actually like soccer, but I usually, during this time of the year, I watch baseball for the most part. When I have free time, I watch the Mets. But yeah, I heard that Italy did well in the Euro Cup. When I watch ESPN, people saying the Cowboys will be in first and the Giants third, I just shake my head and say idiots. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I understand it. The Cowboys have talent on offense, right? Dak, the reason they're saying that, because Dak's the best quarterback in the division. At the end of the day, that's the reason. Dak's the best, or at least the most proven quarterback in the division. And that's ultimately why they're picking the Cowboys. The Cowboys' defense is horrible. They've got weapons on offense. And yeah, and that's it, man. I don't think that's a crazy pick at all. I think the Cowboys could definitely win the division, but I think it's a lot closer than like what the Vegas odds are telling us. I think the Giants are right in the thick of it. I think Washington as well. I think you can make an argument that I think you could easily make an argument that Washington or the Giants are the best team in this division. I think Washington's defense is a top 5 defense in the league. I think the Giants are right there as well. So I think it's going to be a really good division this year. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think it'll be really close, kind of like last year, only this year I expect the teams to be much better. I think we're going to have 3 teams this year in our division with at least 8 wins. And that's the Giants, Washington, and the Cowboys. NFL experts, man, he says, Chris, my Yankees are going to beat your Mets. But do you know when training camp tickets open up for the Giants? I'm thinking about going a lot of days. Last I checked, and I didn't see when the tickets open up. I actually looked at this like a couple of days ago. I think training camp starts, and maybe somebody in the chat could correct me if I'm wrong. It's July. I want to say it was like July 29th. It was late July. It was like July 27th, July 29th. But I don't think they've announced whether or not it's going to be open to the public yet. But I think training camp officially starts for the Giants. I want to say it was like the 27th. It was late July. Italy broke the record for most goals. Wow, I did not know that, Sabrina. It's July 31st? Okay, I knew it was late July. It started to rain? Well, hopefully they get the game in. We'll see. Chris, I'm pissed. Cashman should be fired with Boone, who talks out of his head. Boone sucks. I'm sure there's a lot of Yankees fans in here watching right now. I never liked the Boone hire. I never understood the Boone hire. I always thought Girardi was a good manager for the Yankees. I never got why they fired him. The only thing that makes sense to me is Girardi, and I think it's why the Mets weren't interested in Girardi, because the Mets kind of wanted a yes man, a guy that went along with the analytic philosophy. I think Girardi kind of pissed off upper management, and they didn't want him to be a part of the team going forward. But I never liked that decision by the Yankees. I always thought Joe Girardi was a good manager for them. I thought he was a good manager with the Marlins, but he kind of butted heads there as well with ownership and the general manager. Even the year that he won Coach of the Year in the National League with the Marlins, they fired him the next year because he didn't get along, and then the Yankees ended up picking him up. But I thought it was a really bad mistake by the Yankees letting go of Joe Girardi. I thought he was a good manager for you guys. But again, I don't watch every Yankee game, so maybe Yankee fans feel differently than I do. But I've always been a fan of Girardi as a manager. I wanted the Mets to get him when you guys got rid of him. Yeah, Girardi always kept the team. I always liked Girardi, man. And I have not heard anything as far as the delay, but I'm hoping the game starts within 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I'm not a big fan of Rojas. Well, Taco, here's what I'm going to say about Rojas. He's growing on me. I don't want to go as far to say that I'm a fan. I don't want to go as far to say that I think he's a great manager, but he's growing on me a bit. The way, and I hated Rojas going into the year. The way that the team fought for him through all these injuries, I think that says a little something about him. I think he's made some good adjustments at times, but by the same token, some things that piss me off about Rojas that I can't stand, and it's the thing that pisses anybody off about their manager when they're watching games, his bullpen management is atrocious. This guy, and sometimes I'll go ballistic when I'm watching the games. He will bring in Edwin Diaz for a 2-inning save when the Mets are up 3 runs or whatever it may be. Like, there are clear instances in the game where he should not be bringing in guys for 2-inning saves, 3-inning saves, whatever it may be, and he overuses his bullpen sometimes. So I think from that aspect, he's not very good. But I like him more than I did at the start of the year. I'll say that, but I'm not saying he's a great manager. And Asia, what's going on? Stand up. I said stand. Chris, just remember my stand is 423, 6th floor. So before you go to Coke Corner, stop by my stand to say hi, take a picture, and let's get some food. I appreciate Asia. I'll definitely make it a point to go there this time around. I promise you. I'll make sure to get to the game early. Just message me on Twitter so I don't forget. But I'll definitely make it a point to go up there and say hello to you. And NFL experts, what's going on? Chris, I get to get a free jersey. I'm thinking D Book. Are you a Phoenix Suns fan? I would love D-Book on the Knicks. Do you think Dame is on his way? I keep hearing rumors of him getting traded to the – I would love Damian Lillard. I wouldn't love if we had to trade RJ Barrett to get him. But I would love Damian Lillard for sure. He's exactly what we need. Any news for Aaron? I have not heard anything on Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to start the year as a Green Bay Packer. I think he was trying to force the Packers to trade him, and because he was upset. He's ultimately going to end up getting traded by the Packers, but I don't think it'll be this year. I think he's going to stay with the Packers. I think he'll get one more year there, and then they'll trade him the following offseason. I'd be surprised if he's traded at this point. Chris, I'm a Knicks fan, but D-Book is really good. Obi Knox IQ 5 first and 5 seconds for Dame. Obi Knox IQ I don't think you'd have to give up 5 first, but you'd have to probably 3 or 4. I would do that trade, yes. Obi, yes, I would do that trade. If it doesn't involve RJ Barrett, I would do the trade to bring in Damian Lillard. I wouldn't do it with Barrett, but if I love Quickly, and I know Knicks fans are head over heels in love with Quickly, you got to give up something to get a guy like Damian Lillard. So if it was that kind of package, yes, I'd be open to it. It is not going to stop raining till 9. Hopefully that's not the case. But even if the rain starts to slow down, they may start the game. But we'll see. We'll see. DeGrom, Walker, and maybe Stroman make the All-Star team. I think definitely, obviously DeGrom, and definitely one of the other two, Stroman or Walker, will make it. Possibly both, because the Mets have to get a couple of All-Stars. They're in the first place in the National East, and we'll see if they stay that way. But with the All-Star game coming up, you would think they're going to be right there. So I guess at least 2 of the 3 starters, potentially Edwin Diaz. I know his ERA kind of got a little higher the last couple of weeks, but I think the Mets in the end will get 3 All-Stars, maybe 2 starters in Diaz, or maybe the 3 starters. Obviously, nobody in the lineup's going to make it. Nobody in our lineup deserves to make it. Chris, but you have to get, and Dame is a top 5. I don't know if he's top 5. And I agree he'll never be close to Dame, but I'm not giving up a 21-year-old with the potential that Barrett has. He's not going to be Dame. I agree with that. But Dame ain't going to win us a championship by himself. Popping in to say, what's up, Dana? What's going on there? Olsen, man, thanks for popping in. Do you think we go quarterback in the draft if Daniel Jones has a bad year? Yes. I mean, well, again, it's all circumstantial. But if you ask me, is it likely? Yes. Because we're going to have 2 first-round picks between the Bears and the Giants. So even if the Giants didn't have a top 10 pick, they have the ability to couple their picks, move up and get their quarterback. So my quick answer to you is, if Jones sucks this year, yes. Now, that doesn't rule out the possibility of the Giants potentially looking to acquire a quarterback via trade, or maybe they give Jones another year. But if Jones is really bad this year, like say Jones shows no progression off of last year with all the additions we've made to this offense, I think it's more likely that we either A, trade for a quarterback, or trade up to draft a quarterback, or just draft a quarterback if we're picking early in the draft. Yes, I would say it's more probable than not. What's up there, Slurpee man? Glad to, yeah, I heard briefly about that, the Kenny Golladay thing. I did hear briefly about that, yes. Right before I went live, I did hear about it. I'm very excited to see Barkley, but I am praying he improved drastically on his pass blocking. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get that for sure. I'm excited to see him regardless. If he's not a great pass blocker, he's not a great pass blocker. We need him. He's definitely a much-needed weapon in that backfield. But, of course, you want him to see him get better in that area. Who do you think is the Giants' backup quarterback? It's going to be Mike Glennon. Mike Glennon's definitely going to be the backup quarterback. I actually think he's an improvement over last year's backup quarterback. I think Glennon's a solid backup. I think it was a good signing by the Giants. All right, let's go. See you later, my man. What if DJ has a decent year, but the Giants only win 7 or 8 games? What's decent to you? An improvement? I think he gets a 4th year. If he has a pretty good year, I think he gets a 4th year. I think he has to be bad for him not to get a 4th year. Let's see what we got here. Yankees tweeted they're on a rain delay and will update us further on. Okay. Hey, man, I'm just going to sit here and talk to you guys, and hopefully we get a game tonight. Apparently we're going to be going late if we do, but hopefully we get a game tonight. Yes, I always call the preseason games. Amazing guy. Last year we didn't have them, but yes, I will be calling the preseason games. Then it would mean that the defense took a step back. Or it could mean that, we just lose some close games, whatever it may be. But if Jones is a solid quarterback this year, I think he gets a 4th year. Long time since no Lindor in the he ain't making it this year, Luke. I'll tell you what, man, and I've tried to defend Lindor as much as the next guy. Lindor's been disappointing, and it's still early. It's a 10-year deal. He could easily become great with the Mets. Carlos Beltran had a very mediocre year his first year with the Mets, disappointing, whatever you want to call it. So he could clearly turn it around. But Lindor's been disappointing, and not just in the field. Lindor's been disappointing with the glove for me. At times I feel like he doesn't think. I have not been as impressed with Francisco Lindor's glove as I thought I was going to be. He's been disappointing so far. Nimmo with his walks maybe could spark the. I love Nimmo. Nimmo was great at the start of the year before he got hurt. Nimmo is one of my favorite players on the team. He may be my favorite player on the team. Chris, it would be funny if I caught you streaming at the game. Yeah. I hope the Mets get this game in because to have rainouts back-to-back since tomorrow is supposed to rain. Yeah, that's why I think they're going to get it in, Brandon, if they can, because it's potentially going to rain tomorrow as well. The Braves are wearing their red uniforms tonight. Okay, Jameson. The Mets, I don't know what they're wearing because we haven't started yet. Well, that's the thing about being a Mets fan, Phoenix. That's the thing about being a Mets fan because the Mets always, since I've been watching the team, you bank on them. Going into the year 2 years ago as a Mets fan, I was like, oh, our bullpen is good. Our bullpen's going to be really good. I got questions about the lineup, because they were young. They were unproven. The lineup ended up being really good. Jeff McNeil had a great year. Pete Alonso had a really good year. And the bullpen was the worst in baseball. But going into the year after we got Edwin Diaz and we brought back Familia, you were like, oh, this bullpen's going to be great. And now this year, going into the year, you're like, oh my God, the bullpen's horrible, but we could bank on that lineup. And now it's the reverse. So the Mets, they're unpredictable. You never know what you're going to get with them. Look at what Bleacher Report said about Galladay. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Let me just type in Kenny Galladay because when I typed in Bleacher Report, I didn't see anything. Let's see. Kenny Galladay may be held in contempt. Great. Giants wide receiver Kenny Galladay is at risk of being held in contempt of court later this month as a result of ignoring subpoena and failing to appear at a virtual deposition last December. Galladay is a non-party with no potential liability in a civil case in which his former NFL agent Jason Bernstein is suing memorabilia company Redland Sports of allegedly violating an exclusive rights. I mean, I don't know the specifics to this, but to me, and we'll see, this doesn't sound like it's going to be anything serious. Like, to me, this kind of sounds like, you remember the thing with Eli a couple of years ago when they said, I forgot what it was, something about memorabilia, and nothing ever came from it. And we'll see. I'm not a lawyer or anything like that, but this doesn't sound too serious to me. I doubt anything bad is gonna come from it. I don't think he's getting arrested. Chris, catch you later, man. All right, buddy, man. Chris, wife made me an offer I can't refuse. Get on that, my man. I think he'll be fine. Chris will be saying stand up a lot this year. The Giants games, DJ to Galladay, Rudolph, Tony Shepard, and an interception by Bradbury, Dory Jackson for touchdowns. Let's stay positive. I think it's going to be a great year this year. I'm looking forward to it. God, good to see you too, Taco, man. Yeah, to me, that doesn't sound too serious. I don't think anything's going to come from that. All right. Maybe I'm an optimistic guy. The sun's coming out. I think we're going to get baseball. It looks like pretty clear sky to me. Sun looks like it's coming out. I don't know when the game is going to start. It might be at 8:30. It might be at 8:45. I think we're going to start this game, and hopefully we finish it. So I think we're going to get baseball tonight. But thank you to everybody for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think we're going to get baseball tonight, Emery. Yankees fan here, but think the Mets take 2 out of 3. We'll see, Army. We'll see, man. But neither team's been playing good going in. Weatherman Tana in the building. That's right, Esaniel. Raphael says, let's play ball. If I had to guess, and I don't have the weather map, I'm not a meteorologist. Based on my eyes, what I just saw, I'm going to project an 8:42 start time. 8:42. I think we're going to get baseball started in about 47 minutes. 8:42 p.m. will be your first pitch. What's up there, Joseph Albee, man? Thanks for popping in. For that, I definitely have to tune in. What up, my man? What's going on, German brother, man? Thanks for popping in. It's still thundering here in Jersey, and I'm 15 minutes away from the Bronx. You think they'll start? I think I'm going to guess I'm going to guess about 45 minutes they're going to start. Glad to see you, Pasha, man. What's going on, buddy? Kind of excited the Giants play the Jets. They always play the Jets in the preseason, Donovan, every year. They always play the Jets and the Patriots every year. And Aiden, man, be good, man. He says, see you, Chris. Man, enjoy your night, buddy. Hopefully you're enjoying your summer, Aiden. Looking forward to NFL season, man. Talking some Aaron Rodgers with you, my man. Be good, Aiden, man. Not Pasha, I don't think it's anything serious. I just read up on it. I don't think it's anything serious. And Lloyd says it's now halfway through the season, more or less. When do we start worrying about the hitting? Lloyd, I'm worrying now. I'm not saying that it can't get better, because I look back to that 2015 team, Lloyd, and you know it as well as I do. First 100 games, we couldn't hit it all. And then obviously we made a couple of adjustments. Obviously Cespedes being the biggest one. We had Juan Uribe, yada, yada, yada. You know the rest of the story. Michael Conforto gets called up. The bats start to come to life. And then we had a really good lineup. So this lineup could definitely turn around. It could definitely get better. We're starting to get healthy. You got to hope that McNeil starts to get better. He's only been back for about a week. Same with Conforto. We're getting Nimmo back. So you have to hope as this team gets healthier, things start to come together. But like you said, we're halfway through the year. I think it's a fair concern about Lindor at this point and the lineup in general, whether or not they could turn it around. Obviously, Dom Smith's starting to show some life, but we haven't gotten a whole lot of consistency out of this lineup this year. So I think it's fair to be concerned. I think they'll try to make upgrades at the deadline, and you got to hope that guys like McNeil and Conforto start getting the job done, and Nimmo as well. What's going on there, NY man? Thanks for popping in, buddy. The Squirrel and Conforto on the way, boys. Then Lindor heats up so we can get back to DeGrom versus the Uniforms. Let's go, Mets. What's going on, Suds, man? Thanks for popping in, buddy. Tana, the difference between this year and 2015 is that in 2015 we had people to call up, and this year we just don't have that stack. No, you're right, Buck. So obviously Conforto, Syndergaard, they were call-ups. They were guys that kind of put us over the top, and obviously Cespedes, which was the major trade. And we made nice small additions. Guys like Juan Uribe. Oh, no. I got excited. No, that was live. Okay. They're showing an old game. They're showing Steven Matz pitching, which I'm glad I don't got to watch him anymore as a Met, against the Diamondbacks. But I think they just flashed to live, and it looks like they're taking the tarp off the field. So I'm guessing a half hour because they, now they got to do the field, this, that, the other thing. I'm thinking 8:25, 8:30. I haven't gotten an official start time, but they're taking the tarp off the field. I think we're going to get some baseball. I did hear about that. I didn't read up on it, Asia, but I did hear about it. Yes, I did hear about it. As a Yankees fan, I'm concerned why Boone isn't gone yet. He'll probably get the season, but he won't last much longer than this year. And what's going on, Tiana? Glad to see you. Glad to see you. But, yeah, it looks like we got the tarp off the field. It's about damn time. That's right. I think Ohtani wins the home run derby. He might. To be honest, I used to get into home run derby. I don't really get into it anymore. With all the rule changes and everything else, I'll watch it. I think Alonso supposedly is going to be in it. I'll watch it, but yeah, Ohtani's great. It would be good for the sport. Mizrahi, man, what's going on? Yeah, Mizrahi, man, I'm taking a little summer break. Kind of waiting until there's stuff to talk about. With the Giants, but really looking forward to getting the Giants content up and running in about 2 or 3 weeks religiously after that. So I'm glad to see you, Mizrahi, man. One of my best subscribers, been with me forever. Hope you're enjoying your summer, man, and I hope you're getting ready for Giants football. What's up there, Mike, man? Thanks for popping in, buddy. Any Giants news lately? Not much, Obi. You got the Kenny Golladay thing that people are talking about. To me, that doesn't seem like too much. There's not going to be much right now because there's, training camp hasn't started yet, so. And obviously the draft's over, free agency's over. So not much right now. It's kind of the dead time. Biker is going to play on the PS5. That's all right, Luke, man. Be good, buddy. This is bad if the Mets game does not happen today. We're going to play. We're playing, Lawrence. I think we're playing. They're taking the tarp off. What do you think of Donaldson and Barrio to the Mets? Listen, if we could add bats, I'm all for it. Obviously, it all depends on the price, but if we could add bats, I'm all for it. We need something, man. We can't score runs right now. And I'm going to pop up my beer now. Yes, Mike, it is on SNY. I'm sure it's also on Yes, and maybe it's on WPIX. I'm watching it on SNY. It is on SNY. Do you play? I do not. I used to play MLB The Show, but I don't really play video games anymore. I'm not a big hockey fan, Donovan. Not a big hockey fan. If the Islanders win, I'd have interest. What do you think about the whole Tony? What, Boz? What Tony problem are you referring to? You referred to the rap thing? Is that what you were? I don't know what you're referring to, Boz. The rap thing? I haven't heard anything about Tony that scares me too much. Jordan Renan on Twitter. Let me take a quick look. Hold on. Let me take a quick look. DJ and the boys getting some work in downtown North Carolina with his trainer. Galladay's there, it looks like. Saquon Barkley, Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard. All right, that's good. That's good. So I guess the team's working out in North Carolina right now, which I think is where he had them working out last year during COVID, right? When he was training in Duke. Chris, would you root for the New York Rangers if they made the semifinals? Yeah. I'm like I said, I'm not like a diehard hockey fan. I choose to root for the Islanders of the two, but if the Rangers are in it, I root. Unless they're playing the Islanders, I root for them. I know that you're supposed to hate each other, but I'm not a diehard hockey fan. Did the game start? No, but they took the tarp off. So I'm thinking it's going to start hopefully in like 20, 25 minutes. Chris, would you, let me see. Could be worse. Could be committing, nobody cares about Tony. Yeah, the Tony thing I don't care about. I don't care. As long as he produces. I could care less. As long as he produces and he's a good teammate, he's not a distraction on the field, I could care less. As long as you produce, man. That's all I really care about. That's encouraging news that Saquon Barkley was there putting in work. Yeah, man. I'm excited to see Saquon Barkley and see what he looks like come preseason. And I'm sure that they're going to ease him back. And even in the regular season, if he's 100%, I'm sure he's not going to get a ton of touches to start the year. But I'm excited to see him because I think the Giants need him. I think he has a different dynamic to the offense. Yes, I think they are. They started to take the tarp off the field. So I think they're going to play. We'll see if they get delayed again. But it looks like they're going to start. They haven't given me a time yet. But it looks like they're going to start, now the tarp's back on. Oh. They showed him taking the tarp off. Now the tarp's back on. I'll give it to about 8:30, 8:45, and we'll see. I haven't heard anything yet. They will give an announcement at 8:30. Is that what they said? Okay, announcement at 8:30. Okay. Oh, Ms. Rye, you and me both, man. It's been a while. This is the put up or shut up year. This is the put up or shut up year for Gettleman. Obviously for Jones, Garrett. It was a big year for everybody. And the Giants were very active this offseason. And for the first time in a while, there's a reason to have expectations. And that feels nice as a fan to be able to go into the year and actually have expectations that your team could be a good team. I'm not saying Super Bowl, but a competitive football team. So I'm looking forward to this year. Do I like I like Umberto's Pizza, man. They should just move the game to the Mets home turf. Yankees suck at everything, can't even get the weather right. Well, it's not like if the game was at Citi Field, the weather would be any different, man. The stadiums are what, like 8 miles apart? And they're showing highlights here of the Mets, not highlights, late clips, rather, of the Mets versus the Brewers. I hate rain delays. Yeah, the sky looks gray again. Could happen a doubleheader tomorrow. I mean, it's possible, but it's supposed to rain tomorrow as well. I checked the weather tomorrow. It's supposed to rain at 1 o'clock when the game's supposed to start. Now, obviously, tomorrow you have more of a window, right? If it's going to let up at 2 or 3, no problem. Even if you could get the game in at 5, but it might be tough to get a doubleheader in tomorrow if it rains tomorrow. Why do you like the Mets over the Yankees? Well, there's your answer with the Mets over the Yankees. I was born into it. And the Giants over the Jets. I mean, I don't know. I think when I started to become like a serious sports fan, I just fell in love with the Giants. I named my first not my first dog, but I named my dog after my favorite player on the team at the time, Tiki Barber. Her name was Tiki. I just fell in love with the Giants. I don't really have an answer for it. My dad was a Giants fan, but obviously Eli Manning put me over the top, but I was a Giants fan long before him. I just always liked the Giants. I don't really have a specific reason for it. I've never hated the Jets. As far as the Mets go, I mean, I guess I just fell in love with the underdog mentality of the Mets. I really respect the fan base. I think they have some of the best fans in all of New York. I think they're diehards. I think they're very educated fans. And I think they're loyal as hell. So I think I fell in love with the history of the Mets. Obviously the 69 Mets, the 86 Mets, and that underdog. I don't know. I think I just fell in love with the history of the team. Mets are closer to me, and I'm a Giants fan because I like blue. My dad is a fan, and I love Eli. Eli's the best. I'm a Mets, Knicks. You're a Mets, Knicks, and Ranger fan. You like the Knicks so much you said them twice. I'm guessing you're a Mets, Knicks, Giants, and Ranger fan. I'm guessing that's what you meant to say. I'm in the stadium right now, and it won't stop raining. That's not good. That's not good. Well, apparently we're going to get an update at 8:30. So, worst case scenario, I hung out with you guys for a little bit. Hopefully we get a game tonight. History of 2 championship seasons. Yeah, I mean, well, they've only been around since 62. It's not like they've been around since the 1900s. But, yeah, I mean, they don't have the history the New York Yankees have. They'll never have that. The Yankees are the most historic franchise in all of sports. But I'm cool with that. I'm proud to be a Mets fan. Mets bats are so bad they shouldn't have lost to the Braves. The Mets haven't been able to hit lately. You mean you talking about our pitcher Taijuan Walker? He's been fantastic. What is Tom Brady's favorite wine? I can't beat the Giants. There you go. Come on, give me an update. Mets bats are so bad they should. No, I already read that. Okay, so the Giants do bad this year, and Daniel gets booted. Who takes his spot? It's either going to be a draft pick or we trade for a quarterback. But I think it'd be via the draft. I kind of talked about that on draft night when they got the Bears pick. It's almost like an insurance policy now. Right? If Jones sucks and the Giants have a top 5 pick, whether it be the Bears pick or the Giants pick, they're going to have the freedom now to draft this replacement. Even if they don't have a top 5 pick, they can couple the picks, move up, and get their quarterback. So, if he sucks, I think we're going to draft a quarterback if we like one, or we'll trade for a proven one. Hey, Chris, good to see you. What's going on, Michael Mannix? Popping in, buddy. I know you won't because I won't, but do you think you'll like DJ more than Eli one day? Eli will always be my favorite, but hopefully DJ can become my set. No. No. And I don't think, and it's nothing against Daniel Jones. I don't, and maybe I'll be proven wrong. I don't think, and we'll see. Maybe my opinion will change. I don't think, and I didn't get to see LT, but I don't think I will, and I'm not saying I won't see a better player. I'm sure I will, but I don't think I'll ever love another Giant more than Eli Manning. Whether it be the core, any position. I think the way he represented this organization, the way he handled himself with class, even in the dark times during his Giants career, I always admired the way he handled himself. When he took the brunt of all the wrath from the fan base, when, in my opinion, he didn't deserve 90% of it, the way that he always took the blame. He never pointed his finger at anybody else. I thought he was an incredible leader for this team. I thought he represented the Giants with class all the way. And obviously responsible for 2 of the clutchest moments in the history of the NFL. 2 moments that you'll never forget for the rest of your life. I don't think anybody's ever going to top Eli Manning for me. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope somebody does, but I love Eli Manning. Asia says, Chris, it's been crazy the Nats does to you the way you did to them in 2015. Crazy, Chris. It'd be crazy if the Nats. I hope not. I hope not. I hope we run away with the division. What's going on there, Moose man? Thanks for popping in. Islanders basically the second best team in the NHL 2 years in a row. Lightning are a dynasty. Yeah, well, the Islanders, they made the Eastern Conference Finals last year too, right? 2 years in a row. They lost in the Eastern Conference Finals. Glad to see you, Moose man. What's going on, buddy? Okay. They will see if they would start at 8:30, and then the rain supposedly stops at 8:45. Is that what you heard, Nick's talk, or is that what you're guessing? I mean, apparently we're gonna get something at 8:30. But hopefully we get the game in, man. I was looking forward to this game. Yeah, still no game. Let's go. Still a rain delay. Still may have a game, but it's still delayed. I like these hangouts. You're my favorite Giants YouTuber. You and Bad. I appreciate that, Levi, man. What's going on, buddy? Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have a lot more hangouts when there's something to talk about. Like, which, you know, I'm gonna be doing a ton of the Giants midday streams during the season and leading up into the season. So I love doing these. They're a lot of fun. I just, you know, I want something to talk about. Yeah, lost in 6 last year. Lightning dominated the finals. Yeah. That's what you saw in the weather. Okay. Do you think the Mets will make the playoffs? In the end, I'm going to say yes. I think they will, but they got to get the bats going, and the pitching has to keep up. You know, I worry about the bullpen. Is the bullpen going to be able to keep up what they've been doing? But in the end, I am going to say yes. I think they will win the division. Yankees will provide an update at approximately 8:30. So now the Mets are reporting that on SNY. So I guess we'll get an update at 8:30. Still got the tarp on the field. They're showing the field right now. Looks like raindrops are coming down. I don't know how hard, but hopefully we get this game in. No, Levi, I don't really gamble on sports. He does. I think he gambles on the NFL. I don't know if he gambles on other sports. Do you stream New York? Yes, I do, Brandon. What's going on, Irish man? Glad to see you, buddy. How far will they go if the Mets make it? I mean, Tony, who knows? But what I'll say is I wouldn't want to play the Mets in the playoffs if they get in. Jacob deGrom, you got to face him twice in a 5-game series in the first round. Probably wouldn't want to do that. So what I'll say is the Mets could easily lose to anybody in the playoffs. We know that the lineup has their limitations, and we'll see what the team looks like at the end of the year. But I think they could beat anybody also. So I think the Mets are dangerous if they get in. But, I mean, who knows? You know, let's get there and let's take a shot. Walter says, I'm in New York City. It's raining bad. I hope they get this game in, man. What's up, Gabriel? Yeah, Levi, as long as you're not gambling with money that you need, okay? But once you start doing that, then not so much. Not a good idea. What's up, MH? Took Astros, Blue Jays, and Nats tonight. Looking good. Well, hopefully you win, buddy. What's up, Gabriel? Can we get Wheeler back? I doubt it. I mean, I don't know the contract he signed with the Phillies, but I don't see that happening. Should you trade? Yeah, somebody asked me that earlier, Pure Voltage. I mean, it depends on who else is available, and it depends on what they're asking for. But I think the Mets need another bat. I'll say that. And I think they're going to get one, whether it's him or whether it's somebody else. I think we're going to add a bat. Seeing you in a blue and orange, something special. What's up, MH? What do you think the final score of this game is going to be? If we play it, I think the Mets are going to win. I think we have the better pitcher on the hill tonight. I'll go 5-3 Mets. I'll go Mets by 2. No, game not starting yet, man. Game not starting yet. Been live for an hour and a half, and the game has not started. We're gonna get an update at 8:30 from the Yankees. So in 15 minutes, we're gonna get an update. I'm sure we'll get whether or not they're gonna cancel the game or a projected start time at 8:30. Apparently, Galladay's have it. Yeah, I read that logical. I just read it about an hour ago. Doesn't seem too serious to me. Walker's pitching for the Mets. Montgomery for the Yankees. You like the Yankees 2-1? I think it's gonna be a good. I think it'll be a close game. They usually are. But I'll give the Mets. I think the Mets should win tonight. From the outside looking in, what do you think of my Yanks? Trini, I'm not the right guy to ask for that, to be completely honest with you. I'm a Mets fan, so I don't really keep up with the Yankees. But what I'll tell you is going into the year, and I know you guys have had your struggles this year, going into the year, I thought the Yankees were, if not the most talented team in the American League, the second most. And I really liked the White Sox. I thought the White Sox would be very good. I thought the Rays would be very good, and I thought the Yankees. Those were the three teams that I thought would be dominant in the American League. I did not see the Red Sox coming at all. So I definitely think you're more talented than your record suggests. But again, I don't want you guys night in, night out. So I'm not the best guy to ask for that. I'm a Mets fan, but I feel the Yankees win it. We'll see, man. No game tonight, suspended, rain all night, y'all. We'll see, Tim. Like we said, we're gonna get an update at 8:30. But yeah, if it's canceled, I'm gonna obviously end the stream. As a Yankees fan, that hurts, man. What hurts registered? That I think you guys are pretty good. I'll be honest. Yankees got to be sellers. I knew the Yankees were overrated. I mean, at this point, if the Yankees don't turn it around over the next couple of weeks, they don't get hot. I agree. They should be sellers at the deadline because it's gonna be tough for you guys to make the playoffs. I mean, you look in the American League right now. You guys, I don't know how many games back you are on the wild card, but I would guess at least 4 or 5. It's gonna be tough for you guys to make the playoffs if you guys don't start to get it going now. Oh yeah, I did think you were gonna be good. I didn't have you guys going to the World Series, but I definitely thought you guys would be a playoff team. I thought you and the Rays would battle it out in the East. Yeah, Tim, I'm Bad Dogs. I work with Bad Dog every week during football season. Can you refer to my Odell question? Very curious to your answer. Let me see your Odell question. What's your Odell question? I know we're loaded, but would you take Odell back maybe before the draft when we took Tony? Always have a soft spot for Odell. Definitely my favorite wide receiver is a Giant. I like Plaxico a lot too. I mean, if I could just get him back for free, sure. Would I trade for Odell? No. If he would just sign here for a cheap contract, yeah, I'd take him back, but I wouldn't trade for him. I don't think Odell's the same player he was when he was with the Giants, and I think that's shown since he's been with the Cleveland Browns. What has he had? He's had, I want to say, about 6 or 7 touchdowns in the year and a half he's been with the Browns, and even last year, pretty much all of his production came in the one game against the Cowboys, who had the worst defense in the NFL. So I don't think Odell's the player that he was. I think injuries have a lot to do with that. So I wouldn't trade for him. But if he was willing to come here on a cheap contract in a hypothetical scenario, yeah, I'd take him back. Was wondering why you were subscribed to a Mets fan. Hey, man, I love the Mets. I can't help it, man. I was dropped in my head as a child. Any updates on the start time, TARP movement? The only thing I've heard is the Yankees are going to announce at 8:30 an update. Right now I got a commercial. Last I saw, the TARP was still on the field, and the Yankees are going to give an update at 8:30. And I would imagine they're either going to say the game's cold or they're going to give a projected start time. So we should know in 11 minutes at least whether or not the game is going to be played. That says Eli is better than Baker. I hope everybody would agree. I would agree with that. What's going on, Serena? Thanks for popping in. I was dropped on the head as a child. Is your best explanation? Yeah, Simon. Good move by Montana because the Yankees Montana would cringe. Mets forever. What's going on, MH? Well, the Yankees have won 4 championships since the Cowboys' last one. Not an accurate comparison. Who's comparing the Yankees to the Cowboys? Yankees to the Cowboys aren't even close. Not even close. Yankees are good. Even when the Yankees are bad, they're a playoff team. Like, yeah, how many times have the Yankees missed the playoffs since I've been watching them? I mean, obviously the early 90s, but I wasn't big into baseball then. And since they've been winning their World Series, they made the playoffs in 95 with Mattingly, and they lost to the Mariners in the wild card. They would have made the playoffs in 94 had it not been for the strike. 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000. Like every year, I think they missed it maybe twice, maybe once or twice since I've been watching baseball. And they're showing the rain coming down right now. I'm not gonna say it's pouring, but it's more than a drizzle. Let's put it that way. More than a drizzle. Yeah, you got it, Michael, man. Stand up. What's going on, Luann? Do you think it's a slight that the Giants didn't get Hard Knocks? No, I don't think the Giants wanted Hard Knocks. So my guess is if they came to the Giants would have said no. So no, I don't think. I didn't expect us to get Hard Knocks. I didn't think the Giants were going to take it. Who do you think has more of a chance of winning tonight? Serena says. Serena, if we play, I think the Mets. I think the Mets have the better starting pitcher going on the hill tonight. So I'd go with the Mets. Yeah, I picked the Mets tonight. But who knows? But I think Walker's the better pitcher. Where do you rank DeGrom in all time of Major League Baseball? What I'll tell you is DeGrom over the last 4 or 5 years, you can make an argument that DeGrom's last 4 or 5 years. Now, most of the time when you judge a pitcher or when you judge almost any player in baseball, it's based more on longevity and consistency than other sports, right? Football, for example, Terrell Davis was only great for like 3 years. He's in the Hall of Fame because of the migraine headaches and everything else. Obviously, it's a sport where there's a lot more injuries, but baseball is based more off of consistency and durability and yada, yada, yada. But for a 5-year stretch, outside of maybe Sandy Koufax, in my lifetime, and Koufax is not in my lifetime, in my lifetime, I don't think there's ever been a more dominant 5-year stretch. And I've seen a lot of dominant pitchers. Obviously, Clemens was steroid-induced. That definitely helped him. Clayton Kershaw was very dominant. Maddox was great for 15, 20 years, and he definitely had a dominant 3 or 4 year stretch. Pedro Martinez was super dominant. Randy Johnson was super dominant. Even Lincecum had a 3 or 4 year stretch where he was super dominant. Roy Halladay was super dominant. Santana had a couple of years of dominance. But I don't think I've seen a 4 or 5 year stretch where somebody's been more dominant than Jacob deGrom. I think it's the greatest 4 or 5 year stretch of my lifetime by any pitcher in the history of baseball. And Andrew, man, what's going on? Did you see all the Trevor? I did. Yes, I did. And I'm glad we didn't get that guy. I think Walker ended up being a much better signing. That dude that the Mets, I don't see Judge being on board with. No, I don't think Judge would have ever been on board with that. I'm off. Oh, man, glad to hear that you're off for it, man. What's going on, buddy? We're going to get an update on the game in about 7 minutes. The Yankees are going to give an announcement in 7 minutes whether or not we're going to play or it's going to be delayed or canceled or whatever. So hopefully we get an update. If you are the Mets GM, that trade, will you do as the Mets GM? If I'm assuming what you're asking me, if I was the Mets GM, what trade would I make? I'm not going to give you a specific player because I honestly don't know who's going to be available at the deadline. But I would get a bat and preferably third base if the right player was available. I think we could use a bat for sure in this lineup. So or an outfielder, but definitely a bat. We need another bat. When is this game starting? Tremont, your guess is as good as mine. We're going to find out in 6 minutes whether it's going to even be played. Yeah, I don't think we're getting Chris Bryant. I would love him, but I don't think we're getting him. Marry Mickey. I knew I hated Mickey Callaway the first month that he was the Mets manager. I wasn't a fan of Marry Mickey. What would you give up for Dame to come to New York? I'd give up a ton of first-round picks. I'd give up quickly. It's going to cost you that. Yeah, I'd give up 3 or 4 first round. I wouldn't give up Barrett. I'd give up quickly, Toppin, and 3 or 4 first round picks. If that's what it took to get Lillard, I would do it. But I wouldn't give up RJ Barrett. Is a trade for a bat, is Dom Smith, it depends on the bat, MH. I love Dom Smith, but at the end of the day, Dom Smith, is he good enough to be a DH? Because that's what you have to ask yourself. If Dom Smith is going to be here long term, he's going to be a DH or Pete's going to be the DH. So I don't know. He's been a little bit underwhelming this year. I know he's starting to hit much better. It depends on the bat, right? I'd be open to trade him for the right bat. Thanks for the stream, Chris. Big respect from the UK, pal, man. I appreciate you for being here, man. I hope that I have a game for you, a game to call for you, my man. But thank you so much for being here, man. Thank you for being a great supporter of the channel, man. Do you think the Mets will re-sign Mark? Yes. Yes. I don't think they have a choice. The way Marcus Stroman has pitched this year, I don't think they have a choice. I think he'll be a Met. I think he has to be. Cespedes retired, man. That was definitely a disappointment. I loved Cespedes, man, but after that magical 2015 season, and I'm gonna tell you what, man, and I've been watching the Mets religiously since about 96, 97. I have never, and this includes Mike Piazza, and Mike Piazza was incredible. I have never seen a player carry a team the way that Cespedes did, offensively, for a 60 or 70 game stretch, the way that Cespedes did in 2015. The closest I could come up with is probably actually Beltran in 2006 when he was incredible that year. But Cespedes for that 60 or 70 games he was like Babe Ruth. But after that, injuries and everything else. But that sucked. Will the game start? I'm going to let you know in 3 minutes because that's when the Yankees are going to give an update. So I'll let you know in 3 minutes unless it's announced on Twitter before. But Yankees said they'd give an update at 8:30. Italia, that's right, man. Are you a fan of Flight? I don't really watch Flight Reacts, no. Huge win from Italy, Chris. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I heard they've been doing good in the Euro Cup. Nick shouldn't go for Dame. I mean, for the right deal, I would go for him, but I'm not giving up RJ Barrett to get him. So if that's what it takes, I'm not doing it. The Mets need to trade for a pitch. Well, I think we could definitely use another pitcher, but we definitely need another bat as well. I could ultimately see them doing both, but we could definitely use another arm as well. Game's still not started. No, we're going to get an update in 3 minutes, Donovan. Bends the knees. What's going on, Cornelius, man? Thanks for popping in. Can't wait to call more Knicks games. Knicks are going to be fun this year, man. I can't wait to see what they do in the offseason, but looking forward to calling a lot of Knicks games with you guys this year. It's still raining the same. I'm looking out we'll see, Walter. You know, maybe they'll see a window in the weather report and they'll say the game's going to start at 9:05. I can't wait for the New York Giants stream. I can't wait, Kalen. All right, so the stands are packed, but you definitely see the rain coming down. You see everybody sitting in the stands right now at Yankee Stadium. They don't want to leave. They want to see baseball. And we're going to get an update now in 2 minutes. Tarp still on the field. Definitely soaked. It's all right. Here's what I'm going to say. The best way I could describe this. To the left side, it looks fairly clear. The skies. To the right, looks like it could be raining for the next decade. So maybe half the field, maybe they could play on the third base side of the field and the first base side of the field. They'll have to put the tarp. Maybe they'll be able to play the game from shortstop over because it looks like half the field's not going to get rain. The other half is based on the sky right now. I miss seeing your pretty face. What's going on, True Rapless, man? Thanks for popping in, buddy. It rained. Yeah, it didn't rain all day here. It rained a little bit in the morning, but maybe a little sprinkle here and there. But where I am, it didn't rain all day. What's up there, Jesse Bryan, man? Thanks for popping in, buddy. And Darren, man, thank you very much, buddy. What's up there, Chase, man? Thanks for popping in. Darren says, betting lines say game starts at 7:45. Well, that would be 15 minutes, right? Central Standard Time. That'd be 15 minutes. I hope the betting lines are right, man. I would guess no. Usually it takes even if they said they're going to start it, usually it takes at least 20, 25 minutes once they announce they're going to play to take the tarp off and get ready for everything else. But I hope that's the case, man. Yep, Yankees are going to make the decision in 1 minute. Now it's 8:30. So we should be getting a decision shortly. What's up, Chase? I have not. Actually, Levi, I lied. I watched, and I liked it, by the way. But I only watched like 1 or 2 episodes, and I think I was like in the middle of another show. Like, that happens to me all the time. Like, I'll start watching a show and then I'll be like, oh crap, I can't stop watching this other show, because then you'll lose the storyline and you'll forget about it. And I think that's what happened with Last Chance U. I watched like 2 episodes and I did like it, but I was in the middle of another show. But I definitely want to check it out. And Asia, thank you so much, Asia. Yo, Chris, you want to hear something funny? Bad Dog's friend Josie McFly is streaming tonight game on Twitch, and he's playing MLB The Show, Yankees versus the Mets, and Chapman just blew a save to Pete. Asia, hopefully they can recreate that tonight. I'll take that. That'd be great. That'd be fantastic, Asia. Chat is the time. What's up? Also, seriously, let's build to brand new baseball stadiums without retractable roof, because why would we need that? Yeah. Yeah, they were talking about that when they I don't know, alumni, if you're a Yankee fan. I'm a Met fan, so I don't know what the story was with the Yankees when they were building their stadium. They were talking about giving the Mets a retractable roof, and they never did it. But I'm with you, man. And first off, let me say this, Lumley. I'll be the first to say, I've only been in one dome in my entire life, and I hated it in terms of a baseball game, and I freaking hated it. The ball sounded different off the bat. It didn't have that baseball feel. I went to Tampa Bay. I watched the game. I hated it. But I am with you, man. With all the doubleheaders you have to play now, all the games that get canceled due to weather, why wouldn't? If you were building a new stadium, and I know it costs more money, but it also gives you the ability to have indoor events, right? Whether it be the Final Four, whether it be, I don't know, concerts in the winter, whatever. It gives you that ability to play, to do more things outside of just baseball. Why wouldn't you add a retractable roof to a stadium? And I remember the Mets were talking about that when they were first building the stadium. It got postponed. When I see it on my TV, I'll end the stream. So far, the start of is currently delayed. According to SNY, it still says delayed. Still says delayed on my end. What's up there, Noah, man? Thanks for popping in, buddy. I'm going to call the Mets game tomorrow. If we get a Mets game tomorrow. It's supposed to rain again tomorrow, but hopefully we get a game tonight. Yeah, it still says delayed. Rain delay on my end. Says delayed still. But maybe the Yankees announced it on Twitter. We'll see, Cornelius. We'll see. The answer to your question, Chris, I'm a Yankee fan, but I root for both teams because my father was a Mets fan. Okay. You're going to the game tomorrow. That's awesome, man. Hopefully you enjoy it. Yeah, alumni. I feel like that's a lot of people. They tell me that one way or the other. If they're a Met fan, their dad was a Yankee fan, or vice versa. All right, still no tweet. I'm at the Yankee Stadium. I'll update. Well, I'm sure you'll get the answer before anybody else. So, Giants fan 191. I'm sure they'll announce it to the crowd. So, we should get an answer soon. They said 8:30. It's 8:33. So, I'm waiting, guys, just like you guys are. Let me check Yes Network. See if they got any update. I got nothing on Yes Network right now. The start of tonight's Mets Yankees game is currently delayed. It still says delayed. Game's going to end at like 12 if they play. Yeah, close to it. I'm going to tell you what. I'm not going to – if they announce that they're going to play it, I'm not going to end the stream, but I'm going to go upstairs and get a drink. I'm going to need some water because it's definitely hot down here. And I was under the assumption we'd already be halfway through the game at this point. So if they announce the start of the game, I'm going to go upstairs, get a drink so I could stay hydrated for the game. But I'm still waiting on the announcement to find out whether or not they're going to play tonight. Try Pix 11. I think that's where the game is for the Yankees. All right, let me check 11. Got a commercial over there right now. You're right, Chris. Every stadium should have. Yeah, the new stadiums. Obviously, an older stadium, I get it, right? But the newer stadiums, I think it makes sense to have a retractable roof, and you only use it when there's torrential downpour, right, or something like that. But I think all the new stadiums should have it because there's too many rainouts, man. The Mets have had like 10 rainouts already this year. It's been ridiculous. The East Coast will be rainy. It rained earlier today in South Carolina. Lovely. What's going on there, Body Knowledge, man? Glad to see you, buddy. Everyone find a Brave stream and troll Jameson. The Mets are not on picks today. I thought I heard that the game was on 11. Yeah, it is. The game is on 11. It says MLB Baseball, Mets versus Yankees. So, unless they're not showing it there, but that's what it says. Stephen Lilly, glad to see you, man. From across the pond, I know you're ready for Giants football. And I read the beginning of what you had to say. The first thing I'm going to say is I've taken a break as well. I'm sure you've noticed. I haven't been putting out a ton of videos because it's not a whole lot to talk about right now with the Giants. So kind of taking it easy, getting ready for the season. Buddy says, hi, bud. Just wanted to say hi. Sorry I haven't been around. I haven't been around lately. Work's been crazy since the lockdown over. Let's go, Giants. Let's go. Yeah, man. Glad that you're here, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Steven's been a great supporter of mine forever. Diehard Giants fan. So thank you, man, for all the support that you always show, man. Game postponed. Let me make sure that's official. I'm on SNY. Couple people say postponed. I'm waiting to get once I get the official word, then we'll know for sure. But I'm gonna trust Asia on it. Once I get the official word, though. No, I don't think they're trolling me. There's a lot of people that are saying it. But I'll wait. Yeah, it's a rain out. It says it on channel 11. Rain out. And now it says it here. Yeah, it's postponed. So no game tonight. I don't know if there's going to be a doubleheader tomorrow or if there's going to be a doubleheader Sunday. Of course, I haven't called a game in like 5 days, and the game I call gets rained out. That's the way it works. So no game tonight. Mets and Yankees postponed due to rain because they didn't build a retractable roof. So I will call the game tomorrow. I planned on doing that already. If there's a doubleheader, I guess I'll call both games. I don't know if there's going to be, but I know it's supposed to rain tomorrow as well, around 1 o'clock. So hopefully they're able to get the game in tomorrow. I'll stay up with the weather tomorrow, and maybe I'll wait to start the stream if it's going to be delayed until such time the game's going to start. But no game tonight, unfortunately. But I will be calling the game tomorrow if they play a game. And if they play a doubleheader, I'll call both. Doubleheader on Sunday. All right, so I'm not going to be able to do that because I'm going out for July 4th. So I'm going out at 4. So if it's an early doubleheader, maybe I'll call the first game because they're only 7 innings. If it's like a 12 o'clock start or something like that, maybe I'll call the first game. But otherwise, I'll just call the game tomorrow if they play. Yeah, man, Giants. Yeah, that sucks, man. That is the worst. I've had that happen to me several times. When you go to the game and you drive through the rain and you wait there and then you find out it gets rained out. That is the freaking worst. Now, what they've done for me in the past, and that hasn't happened to me in a long time, but what they've done for me in the past when that has happened is they usually comp you an extra game. Hopefully that's the case for you, but that sucks, man. 2:05 start, the doubleheader on Sunday. 2:05 start. Yeah, so I doubt. I don't think I'll be able to call the game on Sunday. I'll call the game tomorrow, Saturday 1 o'clock, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to call the games on Sunday. But yeah, guys, it's hot down here. I'm sweating with the Mets jersey on. You guys are going to be seeing a lot more of me. Don't worry about it. I'll definitely be doing a lot more Giants live streams as the season gets closer and closer, which I can't wait to do, and do a lot more Giants videos as there's a lot more to talk about. And obviously, I'll be doing the Met game tomorrow. So you guys will see me tomorrow. Looking forward to it. I'm gonna take a shower. I am sweating down here. It is hot, man. Kind of wish it was raining down here right now. But, guys, have a great rest of your night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. We'll call the Met-Yankee game tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to start at 1. We'll see with the rain. But if it doesn't, I'll wait until such time it looks like it's going to start. And I'll probably, start the stream 15, 20 minutes before. But, guys, have a great rest of your night, guys. Be good.